Maaari ko damo ng mga pamangkot parte sa akong kabuhi. Pero madamo pa ng mga pamangkot parte sa akong mission. Ever since I came back home, my life hasn't been too great. My father and I have worked together painting for many years, and now that I can't keep up with him and work as hard as I used to, he's always looking at me with disgust. I wanted to be anywhere but here, and nothing seemed to be going right, and no matter how hard I tried, it was never good enough. He spoke to me like I was a child holding back, and that I had more ability than I allowed myself. His problem was he believed what all the doctors believed, that it was all in my head, that I had a mental condition. But I refused to believe him or anyone else. My name was Elder Adams. I served in the Bacolod, Philippines mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I came home sick. As missionaries, we're always told to return with honor. Since I came home early, I don't know if I can.
You think you could give me a hand with this? Yeah. You know, what's with you anyway? You know, you've been sick for like a year and a half. It's like, oh, I'm so tired, I can't help. I'm getting tired of it. I really am.
Dad, you know what? Forget it. Forget it. I've tried. I'm not here to impress you. You think I wanted to come home early? You think I like the fact that I came home sick?
I didn't blame him for being upset with me. I mean, I didn't look like I was sick. It was just frustrating. He just wanted things to be like they used to be, and they weren't.
You know what? I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. I gotta go. I gotta go find out what's wrong with me. The doctors say it's in my head. Probably is. I don't know.
Here, we'll do something here, okay? Come on.
I'm tired.
Okay, go run away.
I wasn't running. I know it may look like I'm running, but I'm not. I just needed to find myself.
Yeah. No, Mom, I'm leaving, okay? Bye.
That's me, Samuel Adams. When I was born, I came out blue, 'cause I was born dead. It's weird because the umbilical cord giving me life for 9 months was now taking my life away. The doctors told my mother that I would have problems speaking English, writing, and may never learn math. But she didn't listen, and she never told me that till the day I graduated high school. I guess by not knowing the truth, I never was able to handicap myself. But eventually, growing up, I was labeled fat and stupid, and it seemed nothing could make it better, till I met this girl. Kristen saw in me what no one else took the time to look for. I met her when I was on a road trip with my brother. Our eyes met, and nothing could distract me. It seemed I knew her. My heart knew her, and I loved her, without ever even being acquainted. We kept in contact through letters and over the phone, and she showed up at the San Francisco airport one last time to see me off before I boarded the plane to the Philippines. And the next time we were to see each other wasn't until 2 years from then, on my birthday, at the Fine Arts Palace in San Francisco. No sooner, no later. Kristen loved fate. She felt it was by fate that we met, and we were to never meet again except by fate. I hate fate. But I continued to wait, making her this music box, hoping in some way to hide the time from my conscience. Mormons. We've been called this of man because of a book we know to be true that contains other doctrines outside of the Bible taught of God. God calls us Latter-day Saints, and there are a select few that are called by a living prophet to teach such doctrine. Young boys of 19 years use their own money for no scholarships, benefits, or status of any kind, but to give people the opportunity to receive answers and peace to their mind. Mormon missionaries, like soldiers, leave as boys and come back as men. We spend 2 years having a certain purpose to improve the lives of others. Like many that have returned from great adventures, we feel lost and sometimes depressed. Olympians have the same problem. They spend forever trying to be the best, and after winning gold medals, they lack purpose and fall into depression. Even the great Meriwether Lewis survived many hardships crossing the U.S. with Clark, only to return and take his life in a few years. What I needed now more than anything was a purpose. I took my bike because I couldn't afford the gas. And if I was to live by fate, then it should take over all control over my decisions. Maybe I'll get hit by a truck, or die in a ditch from malnutrition, or maybe my bike will just fall apart. But if I make it to California, I can make it anywhere in life. So many youth never take the time to find themselves and just follow everyone else from college on. They become whatever they studied, and not the individual. With no purpose in mind, our effect on the world is the same as anarchy, getting so many things done and accomplishing nothing. It's true, if you set your mind on something, you'll succeed. But so few believe such a phrase from lack of ever trying. Many people just follow their feelings, doing whatever is convenient and easiest at the moment, taking no thought in others but themselves. I wasn't prepared at all. No water, no backup food. I might have had $60 in my wallet. The only thing I really did have was a desire to find out what was really wrong with me. To maybe see the girl of my dreams. If she was even real. Or if it was all just in my imagination of what I thought she was. I was so confused. I just wanted answers. In my mind, I barely escaped death. Everyone else thought I escaped my calling of service. If life was so important that I fought to live longer, what am I living for? So many are satisfied with living to survive, to do the bare minimum. I must have more to hold on to. If it's pure survival, what am I surviving for? An extension of my death? Death wasn't upon me, but there were limitations. Nonetheless, untested, the words of the doctors were ruling my life. Something so simple as words could have held me back before. It's time now to test the doctor's accuracy, because before, My mother kept the truth from me. This time I know it, and I have to face it or give up. Being as sick as I was, there wasn't really much to eat. Now, Cliff Bars not only helped my body retain nutrients and give me that little boost, but it seemed to be the only health food bar that I could eat, and I wouldn't yak it up in a couple minutes. These were the means of me getting better. You know the funny thing about kites? They can only fly high by being held down. And when you let go, they'll drop. It's the struggle that keeps them up. I knew my mom and dad would be worried. I've done this before. I got on my bike and would just leave. But I always ended up coming back within a few days, or even the day of. I've never gotten this far, but I think this is something I have to do, and they won't understand that till I get back. It really started to become more clear as I was going that my problem wasn't going to be time and getting there, but money. Usually you just eat a couple meals a day, and you're fine. But biking this much just seemed to drain me, and already being sick on top of that, I just had no way of refueling the energy that I needed. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I looked for free food anywhere possible. And I knew way before that going into the cheese factory was a bad idea. All you can eat cheese. I must have ate half a pound of cheese, just in free samples. That's not good for anybody. Sometimes when things happen that are unexpected, they're considered bad. We just go on, thinking, why did this happen to me? Why right now? Why at this time? I know it's only a flat tire, but sometimes things happen to people in life, and they can't understand why. They just keep asking why. A person could make themselves crazy always asking why. It's really hard to do. But sometimes you gotta look ahead. And it's only after, maybe even years after something bad happened to you, that you realize why it was so good for it to happen to you at that time. This ended up being the last town that had a bike shop for 40 miles. That was a huge blessing for me, to not have to backtrack at all, or to have to walk that long holding a bike. I really have wondered who I was becoming. The person I knew myself to be not too long ago was starting to disappear. And the idea of me being able to return and finish my 2 years as a missionary were looking hopeless. In order to go back, there had to be no symptoms of illness for 30 days. A Latter-day Prophet, Spencer W. Kimball, said, "We knew before we were born that we were coming to earth for bodies and experiences, and that we would have joys and sorrows, ease and pain, comforts and hardships, health and sickness. We accepted all this with a glad heart, eager to accept both the favorable and unfavorable. We were not so concerned whether we should die of disease or of accident, because we were willing to take life as it came." I just missed her so much and wondered if she was thinking about me. I had a lot of expectations about what could happen.
Sam!
I just kept thinking, if I can only get to her, she'll hold me and take all of my problems away. I had an idea. Since I had such little money left, I decided to buy one more Gatorade, and then with all the rest of my money, buy Cliff Bars. This way I could eat one Cliff Bar a day. I know that sounds bad, but that's all I really could do. And that's all I could afford.
No! No! Go! Can anything go right?
Till you're not these things to trifle with, but to hearken to my words. Seems I'm always saving my last breath, no, for a go misunderstood. And you say that I'm falling here, another self-righteous tragedy. And you say that I'm all out of line, I'm on a steady incline to inch myself to where I ought to be. Tell you where I should have been, all the times I've been in trouble. Maybe I'll be happy then, or I just pretend. And you say that I'm falling here, another self-righteous tragedy. And you say that I'm all out of line, I'm on a steady incline to inch myself to where I ought to be. I just can't see your face in me this time. Broken mirror to tell me just where I am. Faded carpet at the foot of my bed, I will not fall from here. I will not fall from here. I will not fall.
How would you like to see the devil? You will with a fever of 112, and you'll see other things. After just 1 month in the Philippines, I would get fevers every other day.
This is nothing.
I'd hallucinate often, and sometimes out of exhaustion. I could see, and then nothing. See, and then nothing. Just blank everywhere.
Short little strip.
In the middle of the night, a drop of sweat or hair in my sheets would lead me to hallucinations of cockroaches crawling all over my body. The doctors on the main island told me there was nothing wrong with me, that it was all in my head, and somehow because of stress, I was causing my body to have violent fevers and hallucinations. But the doctors in the US said they suspected brain damage from the fevers.
Take you to the top.
The more I believed them,
Feel
the more I
pain.
felt crazy.
Pain
Nothing
is
was making sense. Maybe I was crazy.
We're gonna smile. We're gonna smile till you can't keep from smiling. Okay? Let's try this. See? Isn't this fun? Are we having fun? Woo! Don't keep smiling. Okay.
purpose of suffering is. Except that when we're not suffering, life is pretty good. And if it's only for the reason that we can know the difference between pain and pleasure, maybe it's worth it. I'm afraid to keep going. I keep falling asleep on my bike.
Yeah, I'm fine. Ah. Oh. Don't worry about it. I'm okay. I'm okay.
There were people always trying to help, but I put this on myself. It just didn't feel right accepting help. I tried calling my dad a couple times. I just couldn't go through with it. But I really needed help.
Dad? Yeah, Dad, this is Sam. Yeah, I know. Where am I? Dad, I'm in California right now. Yeah. No, I rode my bike. Yeah, the bicycle. Yeah. Where am I? I'm almost to San Francisco.
My dad called the nearest hotel and gave the owner his credit card number. He also asked that the man give me extra cash. My dad wasn't all that bad.
Hey, Kristen. This is Sam. I was just calling. I'm kind of on my way to California right now.
I get out and I'm on my way. I gotta see, what do I do? Driving down the interstate, I get a call from her. Books upon the shelf, thinking of myself.
In a couple of months from now, I'll have gone to a doctor that specializes in tropical diseases. He'll tell me that I had malaria and dengue fever, but because of their evolved form, the test before could have never picked it up. He did a blood analysis on me. It also showed that I had E. coli poisoning, stomach diseases, and 2 viruses that don't even have a name. It's a miracle that I'm even alive. I had been bitter for so long. Why didn't God take care of me? One of his own missionaries that was trying so hard. I thought so many times of things that I could blame it on, things that I wasn't doing good enough. I put so much guilt and stress upon my body because of that. Sometimes we don't get prayers answered fast enough in our minds. I had no idea that my prayers were being answered. I just didn't realize how big of a miracle would have to happen in order to get what I wanted or thought I needed at that very moment. People ask me a lot about my mission and if it was hard to come home early. And it was. But over time it came to me that I did my best. I put forth all the effort I possibly could to the best of my ability. And that brought me a lot of peace. I took my time coming home. I had a lot to think about. When I was little, I had a friend with a lot of challenges. He said God was a jerk. And I thought about that for a long time. God's just a really good father. Like any good father, he loves us. He looks at our potential and knows what we can become. He doesn't look at all of our mistakes and all of our weaknesses, but he uses our weaknesses to help us become stronger. He pushes us and picks us up when we can't go any farther. It wasn't till I realized this that my dad and me really started to get along. He bought me a car, and I went off to Idaho and worked for myself for a while. And then I left a school in hopes of trying something new and finding my woman. I was looking for the perfect woman, and I thought I found it with Kristen, but there was no way of me knowing differently. People like to call it blind love. It's not. I didn't love her. I hadn't been by her side more than a couple of days. I loved the perfect woman I thought she was. I soon realized what all men do. The perfect woman isn't perfect at all. And that is what's worth living for. Because together you struggle, fight, kiss, work, and succeed. Through that comes love, true love. And I know now that I found it.
Blue-eyed boy, pretty little small-town girl. When he laid eyes on her, he said he'd give it a whirl. Because our love's just the kind of thing no one could ever hold back. Just when you think you got it under control, you lose track. You said that you would love me and that I would have nothing to fear. And I don't ever wanna be anywhere else but here. I wanna live forever with you, always right here by my side. And as long as you're holding my hand, I feel like I could fly. The way she speaks so soft, you know it makes him smile. And how he holds her close still drives her wild. And when she's afraid, he'll always wipe her tears away. And even when hard times come, you know she'll always stay. You said that you would love me and that I would have nothing to fear. And I don't ever wanna be anywhere else but here. I wanna live forever with you, always right here by my side. And as long as you hold my hand, I feel like I could fly. We have our ups and downs and seem to get by. On happy days we frown and no one knows why. But the music of life just keeps playing in our ears. And as long as we are trying